Another diversity controversy in Hollywood tonight.
Pop culture expert and TV host Andrew Freund is here to talk about that and some other stories. So we're talking about Charlie Hunnam. We talked about it earlier, how he has been now cast in this role as a Mexican-American drug lord. But it's not as simple as it might seem.
Right. Well, I mean, here's the thing. The guy that he's portraying, his nickname was Barbie. So he was a fair-skinned, blonde, Latin American gentleman. Charlie Hunnam is a phenomenal actor. And I think it's possible he auditioned for this role, killed the audition, and, you know, they want to cast him to see it.
Is this the guy he's playing?
That is the guy he's playing, yes.
I mean, I can almost see the, resemblance. He could look like him.
For sure.
His head and a little. I mean,
he's going to be a much more attractive version.
Yeah, he's a very attractive version.
I mean,
but the thing is, there are plenty of Mexicans that have blonde hair and blue eyes.
True.
There are plenty, like, people have it in their heads, like, he shouldn't be playing someone who is Mexican because he doesn't look it.
True, and it's possible, I worked in casting before. They may have seen tons of people, including Mexican Americans, and Charlie Hunnam was the guy that just slayed the audition.
Right.
I've seen Sons of Anarchy. Charlie Hunnam is unbelievable as an actor, so I'm not necessarily sure this is, some racial thing that they need him because he's a white guy and.
They're just looking for a name, though, too, don't you think? This happened last year with Emma Stone in Aloha, remember? She's a redhead. They cast her as a Hawaiian girl, a girl who was supposed to be Asian, but this Asian had red hair. So it's a similar situation.
And names translate into box office dollars and also getting that green light to get the movie made.
So we're also talking about Friends today, not just because they all went to an awards dinner together. And
Friends with Freund.
Friends with Freund. That's my segment on Dish Nation, by the way.
It is? Okay.
Yeah. We need to work on the graphics department to get something for our show, too. But we're talking about Matthew Perry, particularly his quote that he says he can't even remember 3 years of shooting Friends because of all of his drug and alcohol abuse. I mean, that's a long time to be blacked out. Yeah,
he doesn't remember seasons 3 through 6 that he gave in this interview with the BBC. He was hilarious, so clearly maybe it didn't really matter.
Yeah. But he was memorizing lines. He was showing up for work.
Yeah,
it's hard to believe that he was that far gone.
Which is shocking to me. I was talking with someone backstage. We couldn't believe that he could remember. How could he remember all those lines being so high all the time?
You could just do take. Good thing it was taped,
Yeah. Unless there was maybe someone had cue cards or there was maybe somewhere, I don't know.
But do you find, because you're an insider.
Yeah, clearly.
And you know what goes on in the business.
Yeah.
So are there actors who are clearly having substance abuse problems, but they're propped up by their managers, by their...
Yeah, I've interviewed some of them. Yeah, for sure. There are some, but there's some people that just have that switch when you're on no matter what. You can be drunk, you can be high, but you just have that switch and can go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
We're also talking about Lena Dunham. She had some choice words regarding presidential candidate Hillary Clinton. In an interview with Variety, she said she called out the media for their attacks of Clinton's personal life and her clothing. She called it gendered and rabidly sexist. Dunham didn't say which news organization she was talking about.
Yeah, she's, upset, rightfully so, saying that we're putting a lot more pressure on Hillary in terms of physical appearance than we are on some of the more male counterparts.
But are we? I don't know if...
Well,
we talk about Trump's hair all the time.
Right.
We talk about Rubio's footwear.
But, she's saying that the media is using words like frumpy and accessible and shrill.
And those are usually only words reserved for women. But she is a woman. We say... I don't know. You have to go back and really look at some of the coverage to see how these candidates are described.
Well, it made me think of that anchor in Australia that wore the same outfit every day.
Yes.
No one said a word.
No one noticed.
Versus if, let's say you were going to do that, people would be like, oh, no, Lauren, why is she wearing that? Da, 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 da.
Oh, yeah.
It's absolutely true. We see it all the time.
We see it all the time.
Because they comment on
what Bobby said on the show, content-wise, and they comment what's wrong with her hair, why are you wearing that, you look like an idiot.
I just decided I want to play Bobby in a movie. I feel like
should.
I could play...
You could do it.
You need tan.
I know. Well, just more bronzer.
Right.
You
could do it, though.
Yeah, right. Good.
More bronzer.
I'm for it.
And then gel. You need
I need my hair like maybe a little higher.
Yes. All right. We should hold castings. Andrew, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
All right. We'll check in with you soon.